All right, team, let's break down the open workout 26.1. I know it's not like the prettiest workout to be written or the most complicated, but we are still here to kind of extract as much information out of it as we can to give you your best score. Naturally, this is going to be a pretty difficult workout from the jump. There are 354 total repetitions to be completed in this workout. Now, at 1.6 to 1.8 seconds per repetition speed, if you were to perform 30 reps on average a minute, and if you've done CrossFit for a while now, it's pretty hard to keep and sustain 30 warbles alone per minute. But if you were to do that over the course of 12 minutes, that's 360 total repetitions. So you can knock 6 reps off of that. And now we have a finish time of around 11:45, 11 minutes, 50 seconds for 30 repetitions completed on a minute. It's a lot of reps. So first of all, for Colton to manage to hold that pace and finish with that, and also Jason, that's just absolutely outstanding. I'm not sure if we see a ton of people get over the line by doing the same thing. Now, obviously, there are a ton of wall balls in this workout, 246 to be exact, and there are 108 box repetition movements. Now, 72 of those repetitions are the box jump over, and 36 of those are the box wall ball step overs. Keys to success in this workout, that's kind of what we're looking at here. And typically it's just wall ball capacity and efficiency. This workout is a bit of a conundrum because it does suit and favor the taller athlete. However, obviously Colton Murden's one who is on the shorter side of the athletes who will be kind of at the upper end. But the other factors that come into play are 1RM true squat strength, leg endurance and capacity, and aerobic breathing capacity, and just a little bit of having the dog. I want to start by saying respect the first 40 to 60 wall balls. So that means you start off with 20 reps, 30 reps, 40 reps. Within that first 40 and 60 total reps, just respect them. It's not a workout that you can win in the first 2 minutes, but you can lose in the first 2 minutes. So it is a 12-minute AMRAP, and if you don't know, 12 minutes is a very, very long time. Think in the terms of going 100% in a 400-meter running race. You're going to be around a minute marker or somewhere close to that, and it's going to leave you floored. There's going to be 11 minutes left on your clock. So obviously, do not go out faster than you should, and it might pay dividends to go slower than you should, because you can always catch it back up at the end of the workout. If you were to perform 200 repetitions in this workout, so if you were to complete 10 wall balls shy of finishing the 66 wall balls, you're going to work for around 6 minutes of total work time where you're actually performing the exercise. So that means you have 6 minutes of rest. If you complete the wall balls, it's about 6 minutes and 12 seconds, 6 minutes and 18 seconds. So you have 5 minutes and 42 worth of rest. If we get to about 240 repetitions, which is 28 wall balls shy of finishing the set of 40, which I think is quite achievable for a lot of people, your work time will be around the 7-minute marker, 7 minutes 12. So your rest is still 5 minutes. So when you're thinking of something like fast transitions, and that's the score we're going to land on, you've got 5 minutes to disperse that transition time and use it as rest time. So that's not going to be the biggest key to success of like, hey, how fast do I move in between these movements? It's actually probably your moment to slow down and regress yourself somewhat, unless you are someone who has the capacity to go unbroken. Now, the outliers, we'll start there. They're going to finish the workout. But the outlier, I think that we might only see 10 to 15 males finish this workout worldwide. And I don't think that we see 20 to 25 females finish this workout worldwide. I do think that the females have a better overall finish on the event than the males, largely because the wall ball height is obviously shorter range of motion. So you're taking like that 1.8 second repetition down to a 1.5, 1.55. And the box height is a little bit lower. And I think that, the capacity and damage for a woman is a little bit less as well. And I think we've seen that in the past just with Karen times worldwide being faster on the woman's side. So that's something to look out for. I think that there will be more women finishers than there will be men. If you are somebody who can complete Karen unbroken, then yes, you most definitely could look at going 20 wall balls unbroken, 30 wall balls unbroken, 40 unbroken, or potentially break in the 40 because you chose to, and then start looking at breaking down the 66 repetitions from there. If you're a wee ways off of finishing the workout Karen unbroken, then we should definitely have a systematic approach from the beginning and start to break our repetitions. And it's not a dumb idea to break it in the set of 20. There's no harm in going 12 and 8. We talked about there potentially being 5 or 6 minutes worth of rest time, remembering that once you get 60 repetitions into the 66, that is Karen. That point, like a 7-minute Karen is a pretty decent time. You've got 5 minutes to do 2 rounds of box jump overs and 1 round of box step overs within that as well. So that 5-minute period, don't underestimate how difficult that can be. Establish a breathing pattern immediately, and the wobbles are going to be one in the lungs and the shoulders, not the legs, although it will be the legs that you feel after the workout. So the best breathing rhythm that you're going to have in this workout will be the inhale on the catches of the wobble. So as it's coming down towards you, that's going to give you your breath hold to initial brace, so then throw and exhale on the way up, and just really timing in on just your breathing patterns. You don't want to hold your breath for multiple reps, because what that will do is just going to skyrocket your heart rate. And once your heart rate goes up in a workout like this, it's not coming back down until the workout is either over or force you to rest for a minute on all fours, hunched over type thing. So that's the one thing that you truly want to avoid as much as you can, at least until the last kind of 2 minutes if you're able to. We want to try and shorten the range of motion of the wall ball. Now, not shorten the range of motion of your squat, but the wall ball. So the travel time distance of your wall ball. You're going to keep your hands high. You're going to receive the ball. Your hands or elbows aren't going to tuck back. They're going to stay in their position, squat down to the legal range, and then throw from their target. You don't want to extend the range of what you're carrying that wall ball throughout. Now, where I think that if you're going to be someone that's in and around that 200, 240, 50 rep marker, make the 66 reps of the wall balls an absolute plan and not a reaction. And what I mean by that is, a reaction is you're going to get there and you don't really have a plan, so you're just going to throw the ball at the target and then all of a sudden just make it up as you go. Have a plan. That might be 6 sets of 11. It might be 6 sets of 10 plus 6 on the end of that. It might be 11 sets of 6. 20 sets of 3 plus 6 at the end, 15 sets of 4 plus 6 on the last set. Whatever it is, have a structured and distinguished plan, and then that will dictate the rest as well. So obviously, if I'm doing 11 repetitions and I want to do 6 sets of that, my rest periods are going to be indicative of being able to throw another 11 reps. Whereas if I'm throwing 11 sets of 6, my rest time is going to be indicative of knowing that I can complete 6 repetitions, which will likely be less rest time than holding on to the 11s. And sometimes just moving forward in the workout helps us to keep moving forward in the workout. You're going to use the box jump overs as somewhat of a chance to slow the heart rate down, and it's going to lower the eccentric load on the body and allow you for more breaths pre and post jump. So what I mean by lowering the eccentric load is, it is not as impactful as holding the load of the wall ball, going through the squat range and holding that tension of the body, and then throwing the wall ball with excessive musculature and the contraction of, or the force of the contraction to throw. The jump has that explosive initial impact, then you catch on the box, and from there, the step down shouldn't cost you energy, and then the step between coming back over the box is largely the same. I think the biggest thing for me when you're around that 220 plus rep scheme is just not to emotionally spike in the set of 66 wall balls. Once you're at that marker, once you begin it, you've already completed 90 reps and you feel like there is an absolute mountain to climb. But just look at it in smaller chunks. If you're doing 6 sets of 11, you're just chopping the tree down one stroke at a time, and eventually the tree will topple over. But do not get emotionally spiked out by being like, damn, I am in pain, and the 66 reps just feels like it's never going to come my way. And finally, push the last minute of the workout. No matter where you are in the workout, the last 60 seconds is a chance for you to get some reps on the board, and you can get 30 reps. So there's so much left in the tank. If you are mentally just fading, if you're super fatigued, just try your best to hold on to the wall balls as long as possible. Get through as many box jump overs as you can, get through as many step overs as you can, because that's going to really pay dividends of pushing that last 1 minute. And at that point, it's more about, hey, I'm focusing I've only got 60 seconds to go. I'm trying to extract as much score out of that as possible, more so than hold 5, break 5, hold 5, break 5 type thing. So lock in mentally and think towards trying to extract as much as you can.